Hi guys, today in this tutorial we are going to see how to add validations to a existing model driven form in Ionic 3. We have a list of pre-built validation attributes which comes by default in Angular. Some of them are required, minimum length, maximum length as well as the pattern. The pattern can be used for evaluating regular expressions. Here we have a model driven form with 4 fields. You can check our previous tutorials to build this model driven form. First, I am going ahead and changing this layout of this label using floating. I wanted to have the label to be floated. You can see the label is getting floated here. Let's start adding validations. Validations can be added in two methods. One is as a standard HTML5 attribute and the other one is adding it to our component. I am going to import validators from Angular forms. This can be used inside our form control to apply validations to our fields. I am going to add required validation for the first name. The first parameter for form control will be the default value, currently leaving it as empty. And you can add required validation like this. You can add multiple validations to a single field using an array. Adding validation for username as required and another validation to the same username field for minimum length. Adding the minimum length validation as 8 characters. This will validate for required as well as the value must be greater than 8 characters. And for email field, I am going to validate for regular expression. Validators dot, you can use pattern. I have a small regular expression which validates email through the @ symbol. I am going to save this form. It's getting built. You can see the green line denotes the field is valid and the red color indicates this is not valid. This comes as a default in Ionic. Let's start adding username. And the first name as and the email ID is, you can see email ID still shows as invalidated since this doesn't have the @ symbol. You can see all the fields is turned into green and the username doesn't since it is less than 8 characters. So when I add more than 8 characters, this will get turned to green. Okay. You can see our register button is always active. Let's add a small disabled attribute to the register button validating the email ID. For that you can use our form.html. I'm using the attribute disabled with the condition as form name. You can use the form group name. Dot controls dot email dot valid. You can see the register button is disabled right now. As soon as the email ID field is valid, this will get enabled. You can see it's got enabled. In the same way, you can do for all the fields. Hope this will be useful for you. Please subscribe.